It's my pleasure this morning to begin this official signing and launch ceremony of the Youth Capacity Building Small Grants Program in Youth in Sustainable Development. And it's an honor to be a partner with the Department of Youth on Nevis and with the Youth Ambassadors Corps to deliver this capacity development training for our youth organizations with the support of the wider government and the Small Grants Program. This morning, we will be hearing from our major partners and doing the official signing ceremony, and thereafter we could commence the project and have the youth organizations take full advantage of it. So without further ado, I will pass along to have words from our Minister of Youth.
This morning it is my pleasure as the Minister of Education, Youth, Sport and Culture not only to endorse this important initiative, the Youth Capacity Building Small Grants Project, but to affirm and underscore the full commitment of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to facilitating its success. The Department of Youth on both islands have, for as long as I can recall, held to the ideal of young people across every community, taking a stand to organize around common interests and to empower themselves to tackle issues of importance to self and community. This initiative is indeed a testament to the ability of our young people to rise to the occasion, to identify a critical community need, to develop creative interventions, and to build and mobilize a network of partners for an effective response to that need. This project, helmed by the Youth Ambassador Corps, supported by the Small Grant Program and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, is a prime example of the creativity and resilience of our youth. It also unveils the inherent ability to lead in realizing the necessary community improvements and growth, ultimately shaping a stronger, more sustainable St. Kitts and Nevis. The federal youth policy articulates some 7 priority goals and related strategies which together elaborate the nation's priorities specific to the interests of youth across the Federation. By paying attention to the specific strategies in each goal area, the government expects that young women and men can enjoy the quality services, support, and opportunities that allow them to successfully navigate the risks and challenges of young people. Thus, develop into healthy, well-adjusted adults who lead happy and productive lives. Ultimately, these nation builders will contribute positively to sustainable development in St. Kitts and Nevis. Critical to the effective implementation of the federal youth policy is youth mainstreaming. This entails the consideration of youth issues, needs, concerns, and contributions in all decision-making processes. This youth capacity building initiative progresses the implementation of the federal youth policy, both in its infusion of the youth perspective in its development and delivery, and its alignment with several of the policy goals. Some of these goals include, but obviously not limited to, policy goal number 5, youth as agents of democracy, development and nation building, to integrate and empower young people fully for genuine youth-led action as trusted partners in community and national development and decision-making. Policy goal number 6, youth and sustainable development, to engage young people to manage the environment, natural resources, and climate change impacts to benefit present and future generations. Policy goal number 7, youth development work and youth mainstreaming, to strengthen national capacity and systems for mainstreaming youth development and for the management of professional youth work through consistent with industry standards and practice. This project also represents an opportunity for like-minded young people from any community across both St. Kitts and Nevis to come together in small groups, to organize themselves around an idea, and to register to access this opportunity to impact positive change in that community. It marries cross-cutting theme number 11 of the federal youth policy that addresses social cohesion and belonging, which highlights fostering social cohesion and responsible citizenship that are grounded in connections to people and communities, love of country, respect for diversity, and national pride. In closing, I encourage every youth-led and youth-serving organization to embrace this opportunity, to strengthen your organization, to improve and enhance the skill sets within your organization, to realize the improvements that you would like to see in your communities, and to gain invaluable experience. When this project would have culminated, you would not only have improved your organizations and positively impacted your communities, but you would also have enriched experience in leadership that would reap lifelong benefits. To all youth organizations, please register now and take up this opportunity. Thank you.
I am happy to be here, and I bring greetings from our resident coordinator, resident representative of UNDP in Barbados, and also our global manager in New York. I like the last line that the minister used in his speech. He's appealing to youths to register for this project, because the project is not going to be successful if youth organizations do not register to participate in it. I'm going to give just a short backstory as to how this project came about, and then we can go ahead with this with the rest of the program. Pierre is smiling. The director of youth, Mr. Pierre Liebert. Nervous? Why? November, December every year he comes to my office, and he asks, so what are your plans for, like, let's say he came 2018, what are your plans for 2019? And I would say, Pierre, what do you want? That is how our conversation always begins. And then he would say, oh, we are thinking of doing this, and we need your assistance. I said, oh, Pierre, you need money. And then we would laugh, and we would look to see how we can develop synergies between what is needed by the Department of Youth and the Ministry of Youth and Education, and what our priority areas are. So we have worked over maybe 3-4 projects and trainings with the Department of Youth in undertaking projects that have been benefiting youth and the communities and the environment. So last year was a strange year. So Pierre didn't come. Pierre came about maybe August, maybe June, July, and I said, hello, Pierre, how are you? How has the year been treating you? And we went on to talk, and I said, so, Pierre, what do you want? He said, so what do you have for me? So I said that we are in the process of completing our country program strategy for the next 4 years, and for 2020 to 2024. And one of the things that we have found out in speaking with our farmer grantees and persons who are interested in the program was that they wanted training, they wanted to build capacity, they wanted to be able to access the funding that we are offering. And so one of the things that we decided that we were going to try to do is to undertake a capacity building workshop, a national capacity building workshop for groups and organizations. So when I saw Pierre, I told him about it, and he smiled. I guess it was on his agenda as well. So he smiled, and I said, but Pierre, you have to find a group for me, because our program works with groups, with community groups, clubs, organizations, not directly with government. We are not directly affiliated with government in that way. So I said, Pierre, you're going to have to find me a group. And so Pierre said, I'm going to work on it. And I don't know, maybe it was like 3 weeks later, and he told me that he found a group. And also he had another project that he was thinking of applying for. I said, okay, Pierre, one at a time. Let's look at this one. And so this is how this project came. And I said, it's a good place to start, because we are starting with the young people. And they're, the cliche, they are the futures, they're the future, our future and so on. So it was a good place for us to launch this initiative. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy that it has reached this far. Pierre sends me the update. He sent me a very nice flyer. It was quite impressive. And my committee, the committee was very pleased with what this project is going to deliver, what this project hopes to deliver, and particularly that this project was going to be a national project. Most of our projects are either in St. Kitts or in Nevis. So we are really looking to see how this project is going to set a standard for national projects national projects like these in the Federation. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to congratulate the National Youth Ambassadors Corps for actually taking on the challenge of this. I got the most comprehensive budget ever. It was about 3 pages long. And that's what we like, because we want to know, if you're asking us for money, how are you going to spend this money? So I had no complaints whatsoever about this. So I'm very happy. The value of the grant is 49,970. Well, P had 77. I took off the 7. So it's 49,970 US dollars, and the project is going to be implemented over about 12 to 18 months, and we are looking forward to this to be very, very, very successful. Okay, thank you.
I like to start off my speeches by giving an analogy. So when constructing a house, there are some major key players, such as the architects, the carpenters, the electricians, the lending institutions, and so on. Just so too, our nation's youth are dependent on youth-led organizations who play a pivotal role in advocacy, sustainable development, protection of our environment, and so forth. Our federation needs organizations that can function effectively, efficiently, and might I add, economically. As such, I'm imploring that all youth-led organizations to get on board with this dynamic and interactive youth capacity building project. The St. Kitts and Nevis Youth Ambassador Corps and the Department of Youth Empowerment are here to mold, to nurture, and send off your organization to be transformative and grounded in the various communities across the Federation. I'm encouraging any youth who is not a part of an organization to join one, or better yet, be innovative and start one, and then register your group with the Department of Youth Empowerment. Registration details can be found via the Department of Youth offices on St. Kitts and Nevis, and also their respective youth Facebook pages, and also the SKN and CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corp Facebook page. I would like to take this opportunity to express profound appreciation and gratitude on behalf of the St. Kitts and Nevis CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corp to the GEP Small Grant Program for their invaluable and timely contribution and investment in the youth of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you, and enthusiastically, the work begins now.